Let's see here. Good evening, council members. My name is Charles, and I'm here to address Chapter 128 of the proposed ordinance. It seems like a lot of people have touched on a lot of these points, but maybe they haven't. Here, a couple of the points I got. The main point I wanted to make tonight is simple, though. The Chapter 128, it violates the law. Specifically, it violates two critical legal frameworks, Wyoming state statute and the United States Constitution, particularly the Fourth Amendment. There are actually four major violations in this ordinance. First, it's the wrong judge. The ordinance uses a municipal judge instead of a district court judge, which directly violates Wyoming statute section 35-7-1046. Second, there's no pre-notice. It allows secret warrants without notifying the property owner, which violates the Supreme Court's ruling in the Patel case. Third, no hearing. It issues warrants ex parte. That means secretly, without the owner present to argue their case. Fourth, wrong scope. It uses fire code authority for non-fire issues like weeds and zoning violations. Let me walk through each of those in detail. Let's start with violation number one, state law. Wyoming statute section 35-7-1046 is crystal clear. It requires that a district court judge must issue these administrative warrants. But City Ordinance 1.28 uses a municipal judge instead, a judge who is hired and fired by the city manager. The result, the city is lowering the standards set by state law. This makes the ordinance void ab initio. That's a legal term meaning invalid from the very start. You cannot use a lower standard than what the state requires. That's not how the law works. Now, let's talk about violations 2 and 3, secret searches. In 2015, the Supreme Court ruled in City of Los Angeles versus Patel that administrative searches require two things: pre-notice to the owner, a pre-hearing before a neutral judge. But Chapter 1.28 allows the city to skip both notice and hearing if they claim it would frustrate the purpose of the inspection. Here's the reality. Announcing a search for weeds doesn't make the weeds disappear. This exception effectively allows secret searches for every code violation. That's unconstitutional. The Fourth Amendment protects us from exactly this kind of government overreach. Violation number 4, misusing the fire code. The Wyoming Fire Code, Title 35-9-111, is limited in scope. It applies only to structures that are especially liable to fire. But the city is using this fire code authority for weeds, not a fire issue. Junk, not a fire issue. Zoning violations, not a fire issue. Building code violations, not a fire issue. The result, the city is exceeding the authority granted by state fire codes. You can't take a narrow power and expand it to cover everything. That's not legal. So in conclusion, here's my request. Vote no on Chapter 1.28. If you genuinely need enforcement powers, then draft a legal ordinance, one that uses district judges as required by state statute, one that requires notice and hearing as required by the Constitution, one that limits enforcement to actual fire hazards as required by fire code scope. This isn't about preventing enforcement. It's about doing it legally. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Is that a quick question, clarification?
Right.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, through you. Thank you, sir, for your testimony. Could you provide a number for that regarding the circuit court judge versus municipal court judge? I didn't write fast enough the number.
Mr. Miller, are you still there?
Okay, I'm sorry. What was that?
Thank you, sir. Just the Wyoming State law, the number for regarding the circuit judge versus municipal judge.
The district, it's actually district court judge, but it's Wyoming statute section 35-7-1046.
Thank you, sir.
It requires that a district court judge must issue these administrative warrants.
Jennifer, do you have any others online?